My mother was a cleaner in my school. I used to walk past her like she didn't exist. Not because I hated her, not because she was cruel or unkind, but because I was ashamed. Every morning, before the school bell rang, she was already there, bent over a mop, scrubbing the corridors of St. Michael's College. Her hands were always rough, her back always aching, and her blue uniform always damp from detergent and sweat. And every morning, I prayed no one would notice her. My name is Daniel Okoye. I was one of the top students in the school. Teachers praised me, students respected me. I wore clean uniforms, spoke good English, and dreamed of becoming someone important. But there was one dream I had above all others, that nobody would ever find out my mother was a cleaner. My classmates' parents were doctors, lawyers, and businessmen. They arrived in shining cars during PTA meetings. Meanwhile, my mother arrived early, before everyone else, so she could finish cleaning and disappear before lessons began. She never complained, never asked for thanks, never demanded recognition. She just walked. One afternoon, while my friends and I were laughing near the stairwell, I saw her approaching with her bucket. Our eyes met. She smiled at me. I didn't smile back. Instead, I turned away and pretended I didn't know her. That night at home, she served me dinner like always, rice and stew, carefully measured so it would last the week. She asked about my day. I answered briefly. She paused, then said softly, "Daniel, did I embarrass you today?" My heart raced. I wanted to lie, but the silence betrayed me. "I just don't want people talking," I muttered. She nodded slowly, forcing a small smile. "I understand." But I didn't see the tear that fell into the sink as she washed the plates. From that day on, she tried harder to avoid me at school. She cleaned earlier, hid in staff rooms, kept her head down, and I let her. Years passed, exams came closer. The final national exam, the one that could change everything, was approaching. The exam fee was high, too high. When I brought the notice home, she read it quietly. "I'll handle it," she said. I didn't ask how. I didn't care. A week later, she collapsed at work. I heard the news from a teacher. "Daniel," he said gently, "your mother fainted while cleaning. She's in the clinic." When I arrived, she was lying on a narrow bed, her face pale, her lips dry. "Why didn't you rest?" I asked. She smiled weakly. "I took extra shifts, night cleaning. I didn't want you to miss the exam." My chest tightened. Then the truth came out. She had sold her only piece of jewelry, my late father's wedding ring. She had skipped meals. She had worked double shifts without pay advances, all for me. On the day of the exam, something happened that shattered me completely. During the assembly, the principal announced, "I want to recognize one of our staff members for outstanding dedication." My mother's name was called. She stepped forward in her faded uniform, confused and trembling. The principal continued, "This woman has worked here for 12 years. Recently, despite poor health, she took extra shifts so her son, one of our brightest students, could afford his exam fees." Then he turned toward me. "Daniel Okoye, please stand." Every eye in the hall turned to me. Whispers filled the air. "That's his mother? She's the cleaner. She did all that for him?" I felt something break inside me. For the first time, I stood tall. I walked to her, and in front of everyone, I held her hand. "This is my mother," I said, my voice shaking, "and I am proud of her." She cried. I cried, and for the first time in my life, I wasn't ashamed. I passed the exam, got a scholarship, and years later, when I stood on a graduation stage, I told the same story again, not with shame, but with honor, because greatness doesn't come from titles or uniforms, it comes from sacrifice. Never be ashamed of the people who bleed silently so you can shine. The hands you hide today may be the reason you stand tomorrow. Honor sacrifice while it's still alive. Regret comes too late. If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another powerful emotional story like this. Your support helps keep these stories alive, and your subscription might bring you the next lesson you didn't know you needed. Thank you for watching. See you in our next story.